Good morning, students. I am here again with you with the third chapter of your textbook Sunbeam. Today, I will tell you about the great leader Abraham Lincoln, who fought against the worst act of slavery, who also wishes that his son becomes a good human being. So, students, first I will tell you a short biography of Abraham Lincoln and then we will proceed to the letter which was written by him to his son's teacher. Okay, students? So, students, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was born in Kentucky. His father was a farmer and his family was very poor, living in a small one-room log cabin. He only went to school for 1 year, but he loved books and learning and taught himself as much as he could. When he was 22 years old, he left home to work at a general store. It was there he got his nickname Honest Abe. Yes, student, because he was very honest person. After that, he served as a captain in the army and then he started working as a lawyer and got married with Mary Todd in 1842. He was elected president in November 1860. It was a difficult time in the United States. The North and the South disagreed on a lot of things, and one thing they disagreed on was slavery. Those days, country was facing problem of slavery. The white men owned large farms in the southern states and brought blacks from Africa to work on these farms as slaves. So the northern states did not want any more slavery, while on the other hand, southern states wanted to keep their slaves. Means they were against the abolition of slavery. Now, Abraham Lincoln did not like slavery either. He was elected president because he had supported the northern states and he had almost no support to the southern states. As soon as he became president, southern states began to secede the union. Student secede means withdraw from the membership of a political union. That means they decided they didn't want to be a part of the United States anymore. President Lincoln was determined to keep the country together. So in 1861, a war broke out. It was the Civil War, a terrible war that lasted 4 years. Yes, students, 4 years. He won the war and kept the country united. In 1863, he signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Student, emancipation means the act of setting free from the slavery, etc. And proclamation means formal public announcement. Okay, so this is an order that freed all the slaves in the southern state. A few years later, he helped to pass the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which made slavery illegal everywhere in the United States. Lincoln was re-elected president in 1864. He wanted to put the country back together and help the South to rebuild. But unfortunately, he did not live to see that happen. He was shot on April 14, 1865, while watching a play at the Ford Theatre in Washington, D.C. And the next morning, on April 15, 1865, he died. He was the first American president to be assassinated. Student, assassinated means murdered for political reason. Okay? He is widely considered to be one of the greatest presidents in American history. His leadership during the Civil War and his defense of human liberty make him an American hero. Student, he is remembered for his vital role as the leader in preserving the Union during the Civil War and beginning the process that led to the end of slavery in the United States. So, students, Abraham Lincoln was the great leader as well as great father also. He wishes that his son also becomes a good human being. So he wrote a letter to his son's teacher to give him an insight into how to lead life as a better person. So students, here is the letter written by Abraham Lincoln to his son's teacher, which I am going to explain you. This letter reflects his greatness, Abraham Lincoln's greatness and ideals he always held close to his heart. In this letter, he urges, student urge means a strong desire, okay? So in this letter, he urges his son's teacher to instill in him these values to make him a great human being. He asks him to teach his son faith in humanity. He should teach him not to be discouraged by scoundrels. Scoundrels means bad person or a mean fellow. Or scoundrels, selfish politicians, and enemies. As there are heroes, dedicated leaders, and friends too. Students, it means that if there are bad people, there are good people too in this world. Okay? He asks him to teach him the value of labor and hard work, the necessity of going failures in order to appreciate success or victory. Student, it means that success coming from the necessity of going failures in order to appreciate success or victory. Student, it means that success coming from wrong deeds or wrong ways is not right, not at all. Okay? He asked him to teach him to stay away from envy. Envy means jealousy. Okay? And to enjoy quiet laughter. He also urged the teacher to teach him the wonders of reading books and deep, quiet reflection on the beautiful mysteries of nature. Student, he wanted the teacher to imbibe the basic human values in his son apart from bookish knowledge, because students, books knowledge you gain by reading or listening to somebody and by discussing also, but only your teacher can imbibe the basic things or moral values in you. Because students, the main aim of the teacher is not to make you only a successful professional, means maybe a successful engineer or a doctor or anybody, but more than that, a duty of a teacher is to make you a good human being too, because ultimately that is what matters in life. Okay, students? Now, students, he also wants the teacher to teach him the value of honesty and integrity. He appeals to the teacher to teach his son the art of being gentle and polite with good people and tough with the tough ones. Means he would treat the people according to their behavior. He requests his teacher to teach his son to be strong, truthful, and always focus on the good. He insists him to teach him the secrets of keeping away sadness with laughter. At the end of the letter, he advises the teacher neither to be too gentle with him nor treat him harshly. He winds up the letter by asking him have sublime faith in himself, because only then he can have faith in himself. So, students, President Lincoln wanted his son to grow up like a gentleman, so he wrote this letter to his son's teacher in order to indirectly teach him the worthiness of life. Students, throughout the letter, there were no announcement of the presidential role, but he wrote to the teacher with respect. So now, students, I want to say that this is not only Abraham Lincoln's wish. Perhaps this is every father's wish. Perhaps your fathers also wish the same for you. So now, students, I think I made the clear explanation of this chapter. And now what we should do is, let's concentrate on the exercises. So here we go. Students, these are the exercises from the book. First is, you have to match the words that have similar meanings. Second, write meanings of the given words. You have to find out the meaning of these words from the dictionary and also make sentences using each word. C. Add suitable prefixes and suffixes to make new words from the given words. And now, next is question and answers. You have to read the chapter carefully and find out the answers and write down in your holiday assignment notebook. Question 1 is, describe the social condition of the country when Abraham Lincoln became the President of the United States of America. Question 2, what did Lincoln declare in the year 1862? Question 3, is it important to faith in yourself? Why? Okay, students. So this is all for today. Till then, goodbye.